Okay, this video pertains to a document called the alternate sweep combo, which is designed to try to convey what real world playing is when it comes to sweep picking. So in one breath, I would say to you, the technique of sweep picking in its most basic way might be something that resembles anything that's like that, right? Those are all sweeps, right? Some of them are just 3 strings, some are 2 strings, some are 4 strings, could be 5 strings, could be all 6 strings. Whoops. Anything that resembles that. Right? None of these are planned. So the goal of the document is a little bit different than that. And the goal of the document is to try to make it so that you don't have regular playing and then like some sweep, right? Or a sweep just kind of sounds disjointed, not connected. The idea is not a flowing sort of thing. It's like the sweep is one flavor of ice cream and the regular style is another flavor of ice cream, and never shall the two be in the same dish. So we're trying to get rid of that and try to make it a little more musical. So this document begins to scratch the surface, but it helps us with the right-hand side of things, maybe more so than the left-hand side. So the document is not supposed to represent some brilliant improvisational idea. It's really focused a little bit more on the right hand and what the pick can accomplish when sweeping and alternate picking. So that being said, I'm going to try to focus the right hand, focus on the right hand as far as the camera angle goes. Focus on the right hand in this video, and hopefully this will get the job done, as it were. So here's my right hand, and hopefully, let's see if I turn, I guess even if I turn more that way, it's better. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so we're looking pretty much from the side right now, which is great. Sorry about kicking the camera there. And at this point, we can begin. And so I wrote the document in the key of E. These are just 7th arpeggios. Cheers, by the way, it's pretty early here on the West Coast. The document is written in the key of E, but there are no open strings. Therefore, it is transposable to all 12 keys. And all I did really was pick some 7th arpeggios. And in this case, it is the 2 chord, followed by the 6 chord, followed by the 3 chord, and lastly, the 7th chord in the diatonic, or diminished, if you will, minor 7 flat 5 technically, but it's like a diminished formation because you have a bunch of minor thirds, right? So anyway, that's what it is. So in this key, we're talking about the arpeggios F sharp minor 7, C sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, and D sharp minor 7 flat 5, or again, I look at that, I kind of sum those up as diminished. It's basically the diminished sound. All right, so now to the left hand. So you'll notice on the top example, by the way, both examples are the same on the document. It's just that the top one has pick strokes added in, and the second one on the document has left-hand finger numbers, just in case you were wondering the physical layout of it for your left hand. All right, so you notice on the top one, you have downstroke, followed by 3 upstrokes in a row. So that never changes. That remains through the whole sequence. And that's the part that we're trying to get used to. So you have one alternate stroke and then a sweep. So one thing I want to point out is that you should try to practice it as regular eighth notes. But I then went to a different figure, which is like a triplet. What I usually find out, and it sometimes happens to me as well if I'm playing at some brisk tempos, or maybe I'm not as relaxed or loose as I'd like to be, the last note of that triplet sometimes ends up not coming out. So be careful of that. See, of course, I can't do it now that I'm trying to, right? I'm actually playing them better. But it can happen, and it does frequently happen. So just be aware of that. It's a common thing. So I'm going to go and digress just for a moment to a different arpeggio that kind of combines this. And I'm going to take the arpeggio and turn it into a musical idea. But just from a right-hand perspective, this is B7. So there's some alternate picking at the top and all sweep. So here we go. So hopefully in the right hand you can see that there is some alternate going on, as well as so let me turn it into a little bit of an idea. There's a little bit of hybrid in that last thing that I played. I tried to stay away from that in the prior examples. There's a little bit of hybrid there. You can go back and slow the video down and take a look at that if you wish. But the point is, between those are some good examples of sweeping and alternate picking. So even on blues licks, you know, if you're playing a blues, so that's kind of really what the document is supposed to do. It's supposed to try to begin to give you a feeling in your right hand of alternate picking and also sweeping, and maybe then exiting those ideas to possibly something maybe legato or hybrid, you know. That's a pretty good example right there. I'm just blowing through some stuff, but I'm trying to, you know, not plan things out and just be in the free flow moment of it. So that's it. If you have any questions, get a hold of me and text me, private message me, and we can talk about the document some more. But that is so much more of a real world thing than just, you know, sweeping a whole phrase and then going to some idea. All right. Enjoy the challenge.